Yeah, Dayman Mexico. We are back at the Dragons there, and I have the great pleasure to have my good friend An Nguyen. And welcome back to the show. It's been a few years, man. I'm so glad to have you back on JayTV.
Thank you.
How many years has it been?
Well, since Venice,
I know.
I've been out here for like 6 years, 7 years maybe. Venice, what was that? And then I moved to San Jose for a year, so probably been like, and then I think last time was before I was a pro.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
yeah, so
Close to 10 years,
yeah,
probably.
I would say about 10 years.
A lot has happened since then. I'm really glad to have you here. So you were one of the early smart one to actually make your way to Vegas, and then everybody followed you here, right?
Yeah, I'm just surprised how, it came to me. It's like this year been a blessing. It's,
Yeah.
I moved to Venice, because of the atmosphere,
Yes.
to be in the mix.
You were training
And,
with Charles, and
Yep, and then I had to move back home for a little bit, but then that wasn't enough, so I moved out here thinking that I'll be popping in Venice once in a while,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, now this is the Mecca.
Why did you move to Vegas? Why did you? Of course, the cost of living is much cheaper, but was that the main reason why you came here?
Just to change things up. Had friends out here, so I went out here for a week, and I was like, wow, this is a little, I like this atmosphere.
Yes.
So I moved out here, and then, it was, it's like, what, 4-hour drive to Venice, too,
Yes.
on top of that. So I was like, you know what, you know, let's do it. Let's move out here. And plus, I have 2 daughters in Arizona, so
Okay. So it's not that far from
yeah.
here.
So this is another 4-hour drive in that direction. So
Good.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Now that you mentioned it, I remember we started filming before you won the USA. Looked great, and ever since then, you've always been sort of on the radar. And I know people really like your physique, really like your shape, really like your, you have a pleasing physique. You just competed last week at the New York Pro, and you weren't sure you were actually going to do it. You were telling me off camera the show you really wanted to do was the Cal, but you took a shot and actually went to New York. Tell me the reason behind the decision to actually try to do New York, and then of course now you're going to the Cal next week.
Well, the cow. The original plan was to do the cow. Then, you know, something happened, and I don't want to get
No, it's
too into it. But I thought maybe I stand a chance with New York.
Yes.
So, but give it a shot.
Didn't go the way you wanted.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
And so that made me, change my whole program up. And within this few past days, it's been different.
Drastic. I would say.
Yeah. I changed my diet. I changed my cardio. I changed.
everything.
Everybody's helping me out. I was covered up for the New York. This one, I'm just like, okay,
Yeah, not only you were covered up, but you don't want to tell anyone. It was like a big secret, and I think sometimes, and I told you off camera, maybe doing New York and not doing as well as you were hoping. With all the change that I'm seeing since you came back, I think that's really going to help you at the Cal, because we can definitely see you change every single day for the better. You can see it, but everyone around you is actually telling you. You have Flex looking at you, Sean looking at you. Everyone's kind of like on your corner here and trying to push you. Even Hassan, who's actually competing against you. So it's a great atmosphere and friendship between all of you guys over here.
Oh yeah, it's nothing but positive vibe and motivation. It's like, I come in here and how you're gonna have 2 Miss Olympian, helping you out. Even Fex Willer, was even helping me out one day.
He did?
He did. He was in here. He was talking about New York, and
He
then
helped you on back.
yes, you were there,
Yes.
and before he even helped me, he was like, he looked at me and said, "Impressive. Having to have Flex Willer, the best sandwich, telling you that,
That's
and
a
then,
compliment.
yeah." So I was just honored because he's Flex Willer. He's one all-time best. He's one of my favorites. So
it must be great for you to actually, after training at Gold's, I'm glad you got to experience the Gold era, because I think we were there during the best year. All the champions were there. Of course, now everyone kind of left, and now we're sort of recreating this at Flex's gym at the Dragon's Den. And I keep talking about it because for us, or for people really in love with the sport and training at your level, to have this kind of champions around you all the time just pushes you so much further.
Yeah, it's I was here training. I mean, it was just up and down. It's certain gyms. It's just
it's tough, right?
It's tough. You're trying to find a good gym. All you just want to do is work out, but people around you, certain people just don't understand that kind of respect, or give you that kind of respect. Here, everyone's on the same page.
Yeah.
So
Plus, also, I think, as good as you are, if you train to a quote-unquote normal gym and you're the best one in the gym, what's the incentive for you to get better?
Yeah.
Whereas if you come over here and you train with people who have done better than you, who have been champions, pushing you to be even better and actually taking an interest in you, it goes a long way, right?
Oh yeah. It's and especially like I've been saying, it's like on top of that, you're getting help from the top. It's like even my posing. I thought I was pretty decent at posing, but man, they just made some small changes, made it easier, and brought out my look right away. So there's so many ways to learn. It's always a learning process, and
that's all the little tricks.
Now I'm learning all the secret. Yeah. So it's just been so helpful. So.
How many years have you been doing bodybuilding? What year did you start on competing?
I turned pro at 2011. So, but before that, I was competing. I've been through a lot up and down. Like I never thought I was gonna be a pro my whole life.
Really?
No. I competed for fun. Never thought I was gonna be a pro. I just did it because I was 18, 19. Never had a coach until like 5 years later. And then once I got a coach, it was like for Walmart class, and then place at national, and then I was like, and then out of nowhere, moved to Venice, and then placed well again at national and turned pro. So, and then up and down slope again, and this past few years been pretty good, pretty consistent, but I still haven't. It's just a learning curve for me, I guess. So
how did you learn all the dieting and the training at first when you were training yourself to start competing? Where did you get your information from at the time? Magazines or books or?
When I first started, it was just it's pretty bad. Just put it that way. Just 5 years of waste of just.
Didn't know what you were doing?
No, pretty much no.
But you never quit. You kept going.
Well, because I did it for fun. I saw changes in my body, but I was never, people saw, potential, but, I wasn't, if I had a coach off the bat, I would probably been pro sooner.
Don't you hate that?
Yeah, but like I said, I think I was in San Jose to Fresno, and,
That's where Wheeler is from,
Yeah, but, but once you move to Venice, that's like, okay, now there's more opportunity. You get, and, you start getting, more different thoughts, Whereas, like I said, first 5 years, I didn't think I was going to be. I just did it because it was fun, and I saw changes. That the best changes for me was to continue doing shows. But being a pro was, back then was like, I can't even think of myself as a pro,
When did you know you could actually make it to the pro ranks? Was there a specific show you did and you like, what, I can do this, I can actually become a pro? Do you remember?
Well, I think that's why I'm doing that's why I love the Cal.
Yes.
I think when I had a coach and we did the Cal, I mean, probably for the first few years after that, or even till like 2 years ago, people still mention about that Cal, that when I was a light heavy, when I won the light heavy and then went to national as a light heavy. That's 2010.
Okay, I was gonna ask.
And did really well.
Yeah.
And I went to Japan, like 2 years ago, and a guy came up to me, and he was one of the, he was one of the help, he's, I forgot, and he was like, he wasn't sure how it was, and then his wife came up and was like, "You're on, right? You did a light heavy." I was like, "Yeah, a long time ago." Yeah, my husband has a picture. Well, the year after you won, he had a picture on the wall of you telling himself that that's the guy I'm going to beat next year. But then you turned pro already. I was like, wow, So that was,
That's
so
awesome.
yeah, and that was when I was an amateur, So
Yeah.
So that's why the cow means a lot to me. So
Yeah, it's close to your heart. Well, in 1 week you're gonna go back to Decal. It's funny in bodybuilding. Sometimes it seems you have so much work to do, but when you change so quickly, and when you find the formula and you start changing daily, now suddenly all the time you have seems like a long time because you know you can make that much more progress. And it seems to me that's what's going on right now for you.
yeah, it's I changed. From this prep to this short little prep right now. I don't know what you want to call it, but or continue prep. It's 9-day difference. I'm doing whatever possible to be better. I was not pleased at all with New York how I did, and it was discouraging, and so that gave me more hype and whatever fire to this prep. So.
Yeah, I think it could actually help you. I was telling you, sometimes you do something, you do a show, the judges see you there, and they know you're better than that because they remember how good you were before or how you possibly have looked in the past. So I think from then seeing in New York and the Cal so much more improved, that could really help you placing, I think. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, they saw me 2 weeks ago, and people, they see potential in me, and but I just sometimes can't nail my condition sometimes.
Don't you hate hearing that?
Yeah.
He's got everything he's got everything he needs. But
if my coach tell me to do something, I'll make sure I do it.
Yeah.
But I'll push myself to the limit for everything. But it's not because I'm not working hard. I'm working really hard. It's just something's off.
Yeah.
And for this one, I'm going beyond limit, and I'm still pushing my body. I'm surprised in how it's turning out. So we'll find out another week what's going to happen. So.
Well, I think it's clicking for you. I know there's some big names like the Cal, but I know you can hold your own. It's your state, right? It's home for you. And then I know they do like you. I know they like your physique. I've seen you on stage before, and I know as long as you're in shape and as long as you look the way you should look, I think you will do really well over there. Is there anybody you want to thank, any one of your team or family members or anything you want to say thank in closing?
I want to say thank you to everybody that's been helping out recently. I'm so grateful that Lair is here. So I'm just really, really in a good spot right now. So. I just can't wait till next week and see what happens and what people bring and what I bring. So I know because I'm getting sharper by the day. I'm so much better now, but I still got a couple more days to tighten up, and I know I could be even better. So. Would
you like to possibly do something else after the Cal if you can't qualify right away? Have you thought about it?
I would like to, but I think it's a little family time for me.
Okay. All right. Family's important.
Yeah. So after COVID and haven't seen my daughters for a while, and my family in San Jose, I think it's a little time to see them. If I could hold my shape, then I'll think about it when I get back.
Yeah, I guess it all depends how the show goes. I'm hoping. I'm hoping.
And how I look after San Jose,
I'm rooting for you, man. You're a good friend. You're a good guy, and I really like you. And you look great. I'm telling you. I think a lot of people are giving you that validation. And I think they see also the potential in you. So we're going to wish you the best of luck for next week at the Cal. And I really appreciate you taking the time. I know you're tired. You just trained legs right now and then shoulder the day before. So I appreciate you coming on JayTV and wish you the best of luck for next week on.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys there at the Cal.
All right. Day by Max 6 with An Nguyen for JayTV, and we're out.